Okay, so how much money do you need for when you go backpacking? This is really like asking how long a piece of string is. It all depends on where you're going, how long you're going for, and what kind of lifestyle you want when you get out there. There are a few things you can do though to kind of get a rough estimate of how much you'll be spending when you're out there. If you're going to be staying in hostels, then check out the hostel websites and see what kind of prices that they're going to be charging you when you get out there. For example, a lot of places in Asia, you'll be looking at paying about £4 or £5 a night, and sometimes even cheaper than that. Always check though, if it's just outside of a city, then you're going to have to add cost on for getting into the city whenever you want to. So once you've got a rough idea of how much your accommodation is going to cost in the cities that you want to visit, then you have to look at food. Does your hostel offer a kitchen? Free breakfast? If you're going to go self-catering and you do have a kitchen in your hostels and that is something you want to do, then to be honest, in Europe I would spend £10 a day, if that, on food if I was self-catering, which will get you water throughout the day, some street food, etc. However, in Asia you could probably drop that down to about £5 a day. So you've got your cost for your accommodation and you've got your cost for your food. Then you're going to have to go and see some attractions. So think, is it a big city with a lot of expensive attractions, or is it a beachside town where you can spend a few days or a week just lazing by the beach? So now you kind of have your daily budget. You've got your accommodation, your food, and also what kind of attractions you might want to go to. These are really good. Have a look in your guidebook because they'll give you really good up-to-date prices of attractions. In Europe, I normally go with about £25 a day for everything. However, in places such as Italy, where you'll be going to places like Rome, and there's a lot of things you might want to do which are really, really pricey, then you might want to whack this up to £30–35 a day, but no more than that. Then, don't forget about your transport from places. I've put some links down there of some really good websites you can go and have a look at train and bus timetables for different parts of the world, and also how much they're going to cost you. It's a really good website, and I really recommend you just having a browse through and getting a feel for how much it's going to cost you from A to B. So that seems pretty much it, you'd think. You've got accommodation, food, attractions, and getting place to place on bus, train or plane, and you've looked at your estimates and you can kind of get a rough idea of how much you'll be spending every day and then how much you're going to have to put aside from getting from place to place. Don't forget you've got to get there and back, so obviously add in your flights or your bus or your train, however you're going to your first destination, and how you're also going to get back. Another thing I'd recommend is taking a credit card when you're going travelling. Only do this if you're sensible with your money, but it can be really good for emergency funds in case something, God forbid, happens and you need to get back as soon as you can. So yeah, this has actually been a really hard question to answer, but that is generally the process that I take when I know that I want to go, for example, to Eastern Europe, or to Italy, or to Greece, or to Australia. Then I look at what kind of price the hostels are charging me, how much it would be for me to eat in compared to eating out, and then what kind of attractions I'd want to see on a daily basis, and then get that into a daily budget. You don't need a fortune to go travelling, and everyone thinks that it's only for the rich, and it might have been one day, but I'm a poor broke-ass student, and I still managed to do it. Some people think the more money you spend, the better time you have, whereas I just have the complete opposite opinion on all of that. As long as I have somewhere to rest my head at night, some food in my stomach, I don't care really what food it is, where I'm laying my head, as long as it's safe and it's clean and it's comfortable, and I will spend as little amount of money as possible because I'm there to experience the culture and to travel for travel's sake. Not to go to grand hotels and eat out every night, because that's not what travelling is about. Not to me, anyway. So I really, really, really hope this has helped and it hasn't confused you anymore, but it's a really tough question to answer, basically. So I hope that you can take those tips and drop me a comment if you need any more help, and I will try and do my best. Okay? Happy travels, my little psychos!